Hi, I'm back with another process video. This one is called Camila, Dominic, and Kendra, or at least that's what I'm naming it. It's essentially just a picture of those three kids that are in the photograph, and they're at a wedding. Memories, what does it say? I don't know. I'll read it in a minute. I put this 4x6 quote with it too, and I'm using that purple polka dot paper from Dear Lizzie, and some tissue paper, which I already backed the photograph with. And here I'm backing up this 4x6 cardstock or craft cut apart piece with some yellow pearl vellum from the paper company. I bought that as like a multi-pack from Big Lots. Here I'm also splitting this frame in half, and I'm putting it on opposite ends of the piece of 4x6. And I wanted to use the frame, but I didn't want to use it in the forefront. I didn't want to cover up the picture, and so I'm just using some mono multi-glue, Tombow mono multi-glue to glue the frame. I was originally inspired to make this layout because I had seen these flowers on a card, on be it either Pinterest or Instagram, and I can't really recall. I didn't keep who I saw the picture from, but it was a while back that I had seen it, and so I made a bunch of these little flowers with different variations of paper using some studio gold from Teresa Collins, some tissue paper, and then a blue polka dot paper. I think it's from the Maggie Holmes Bloom. And I also spray painted or sprayed some Recollection Simply Pastel Purple Shimmer Spray ink on some white cardstock paper. And I'm using a couple of brads. Some are heart-shaped from Making Memories, and I use a few gold ones too. I think they're a Paper Studio brand or a Michaels brand. But they're smaller and they're gold. So here I'm roughing them up, or one of the flowers, to create a texture and to give it some dimension also. And I kind of did it backwards because I realized that upon putting the flowers together, I really didn't show you what I did in order to create them. So here I'm cutting up vellum, and I'm also cutting up these circle dies in different sizes so that I can get the different patterns of paper in different variations of each of the flowers. So I used tissue paper, vellum paper, the white cardstock sprayed with purple ink spray, shimmer spray, some white tissue, some gold glittered pattern paper, and I think also like a soft pink color, if I'm not mistaken. I do use some cut and paste paper from Amy Tangerine in a 6x6 to cut out those leaves. You can see some of the 6x6 papers that I use on the bottom right hand corner. And the craft gold foiled piece is actually from the foiled stack, I think it's called, from the Die Cuts with a View. I always say it wrong. So here I'm showing you that I am placing different sets of or different types of patterns of paper and different types of paper together, and piercing the middle with either, I think it was a needle or my craft knife. And here I'm creating some dimension by rubbing I think this is a quilling tool or one of those, yeah, I think it's a quilling tool, and I use it on my foam mat, and I just pressed kind of like a 1/4 inch in from the edge so that it'd pop up. And then I do that, and I do it around the middle also so that it will give it a different type of dimension. I try to make the whole of the flower as close to the middle as I can, centered, I mean, so that I can get a really good placement on the flowers. So here you can see that I do it differently. I go ahead and do the 1/8 of an inch from the outside, and then I turn it over, and then I did a smaller concentric circle so that it'd give it a different type of dimension on the paper flower. So I really thought these were really easy and simple to make. They're just a little time consuming, especially for the number of flowers that I wanted. And then I ended up making a few so that I knew that it would make my base layer, because I wanted them to sit underneath the two 4x6 pieces of paper. And so I made quite a few to fill that, and then I had to make some on the spot to fill the void and to also not have the same repetition. As you can see here, I'm shifting the flowers so that I can have them not all be the same type of pattern all in one block. I wanted them to have an even disbursement of pattern, and so that it'd create a soft look, because too much pattern on one side was creating a harsh look. So I decided that I wanted to use this wood grain, and that's from a Maggie Holmes paper, as you can see there. I wrote it down in the back so I wouldn't forget. And I'm using this Fiskars scallop punch, and I use that for the edge of the purple paper, and I edged both sides because I want the wood type of paper. Or oh my gosh, I also use this little bee, I think it's called a lace doily. There you go, I show it upside down. I got that at Tuesday Morning for like $8. It was a pretty good buy because I like the doily shape that it gives. It's kind of big. I have another edge punch that's a doily, and it's from Martha Stewart, and that one is a lot smaller than this punch. I have to say this was my first little bee edge punch, or punch in general, and I really, really like the way that it cuts, like butter. It is super easy. I didn't have to like press down on it super hard or anything. So I'm really, I hope they keep making punches. I don't know the reason why they have them over at Tuesday Morning, but that one punched really great, and I like the quality of it. And for that price at Tuesday Morning, I wouldn't mind seeing if I could find any others. The other punch that I was interested in looking at was one of the ticket stub. It made it all. It made the tickets all together. So, I hope I'm explaining myself right. It's now the early in the morning, and I haven't had coffee yet. So here I made a flower on the spot because I felt like it needed a little more softness. And now I'm looking for a background for, I feel like I needed another layer to soften the look. I think I picked a pink paper, and that was from the Maggie Holmes Bloom collection in the paper stack, because some of the flowers were reading pink or pinkish in style. I don't know, I can't recall if I picked up any pink paper, but it certainly did give off that color. And so I decided to back the photograph with, excuse me, some pink pattern paper. And I picked it up from that Maggie Holmes Bloom paper stack. The that 4x6 card, it says memories are tender threads of the heart. I actually got that from I think I said the foiled kit earlier, and it's from the gilded stack from Die Cuts with a View. I got it over at Joann's a couple of years ago. It's hard to imagine. Time flies when you're buying lots of scrapbook supplies. So here I'm putting it all together, and I did take a picture of it because I had set everything down the way I wanted to. I hope the editing isn't too choppy. This was 2.5 hours of footage that I went through and looked at because when I have ideas in my head that I want to execute, it takes me forever to get it down. And it's funny because sometimes I look at my layouts and I'm like super proud of them, or I look at them and I'm like, really, Daisy, this took you that long to make? I hope I'm not the only one. Sometimes I question the amount of time that it takes me to make a layout. But I didn't sit down and do this all at once. It was over the course of a few days, I think. And it was pretty fun. So I have to admit, I have fun doing these, and that's why it takes me that long. And I like the attention to detail. And I already gave this layout over to my friend because this is her. Two of those, the two kids on the left are her children, and the one on the right is a niece or a nephew or a cousin. I'm not too sure. But she really liked it, and she really enjoyed the look of the flowers. And so I was happy that she was happy with it and surprised. So let's see here. I'm finished pretty much because I had taken a picture, like I said, of the arrangement that I had on the of the layout on a picture on my phone, and so I just put them where I wanted to. I did add some washi tape down to the bottom right, and you can see here that I used some Teresa Collins gold foiled letters. I put that little together piece on the side so that the 4x6 cut apart element wouldn't be the only craft colored element in there. I did use these Project Life Inspire washi pieces, and they're also at the bottom right hand corner. I added some twine here at the top of the tag, and I also stapled it in place. You'll see me with the stapler right there trying to staple it in place. And you can see the little dandelions because I had that tag that was black or soft black. I wanted another element that was also black, so I brought in those dandelion washi pieces from that Project Life little booklet. So that is the end of my layout. I have some close-ups coming up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I love hearing comments from you guys. And thank you to all my subscribers. I've now hit past 300, so I'm going to have to think up something to see about a giveaway. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and have yourself a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!